y'all looking at this camera here. And so, we're good? Okay, well, welcome everyone. And so, for those who are tuning in, my name is Dr. Antonio Rivera, for those that haven't had a chance to meet yet. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all are tuning in, please share this, like this, tag a friend in it who really needs to really hear this information. And so, today is a special day because we got two guest speakers. Two of our great friends from Life Bazan Chiropractic. We got Susan and Carol. They're going to be speaking right after me. I'm talking about Melaleuca. But before we do that, these last few weeks we have really been talking about the Immunity Masterclass. And what that means is we broke down this series, this long series of all these different topics of how to boost your immune system. Why is that so important? Because the greatest mask in your life right now is your immune system. And so that protects you from anything that's what God's giving you, to protect you, to overcome any type of sickness, disease, and things like that. So the first week we kind of introduced the 5 essentials. The second week we talked about viruses. The third week we talked about cancer. The fourth week we talked about what did we talk about the fourth week? We talked about the nervous system. Man, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. That's the nervous system. It's really what I do. And so we talked about the nervous system, went in depth, and how important it is to increase your immunity with those topics. But today we're actually going to talk about next level nutrition and next level detoxification. And so toxins. I mean, it just that is the silent killer here in the United States, especially here. And so many people really don't even know anything about toxins. They think toxins is pollution. Yes, those are toxins, but toxins is everything that we eat. There's toxins in there. Everything that we breathe, everything that we put in our skin, and things like that. They got absorbed, and that leads to what? Sickness, disease, early death. Period. And so what we're going to talk about today, really, there was a study done right here. According to a recent study, about 95% of cancer is due to environmental and lifestyle. And so what does that mean by that? And so there was in the University of Albany, they did a study, and what they found is that 5% of all sickness and diseases are due to genetics. 95% is due to our lifestyle and environment. There's this branch of science called epigenetics. And so there's a lot of books on it. I mean, you go to WebMD and it's all over there. Epigenetics. And what epigenetics is basically what they have found. There's a branch of science now is that your genes can turn on and off. How does that happen? Why did God create that? What is that? Why is that so powerful? Well, I mean, your genes, based on your environment, you can, based on what you put inside your body, what you put inside your skin, things like that, that can turn on and off genes. So you may have a family genetics on a genetic predisposition of diabetes, cancer, thyroid issues, autoimmune conditions. You may have those genetic, but it doesn't have to be your future. You see that? Because you have the power to turn on and off and turn on good genes and decrease the amount of bad genes that you have just by your environment, your lifestyle, which is powerful. Because that tells me, okay, it is my responsibility, not an insurance company, not your doctor, not nobody. It's just not the government is not responsible for your health. It's you. And so that's very, very powerful to understand. And this study really explains a lot. And so for those that have never watched my Nutrition 101 class, my Nutrition 101 class is a nutritional foundation. And so basically, I have a YouTube page called Life Bazan Chiropractic. And there's an hour-long talk on the basis of nutrition. And so some of the things that I'm going to talk about may be over your head if you never listen to really the basis of nutrition. But just if you have any questions and things like that, you can ask me after. But this is really for when we talk about nutrition. It's really you got to have some type of foundation of nutrition, like what's good, what's bad, things like that. And I think the majority of people, they do, but they still eat donuts. And so there's got to be. So we got some jokesters here in the crowd, but I remember I said that on a crowd with. It was like over 100 people there, and I was telling them about gumbo and crawfish etouffee, and I almost got everything thrown at me. But that's Louisiana, right. And so but we got to understand, if you just understand what's in our food, that's it. Just what's in it. What are you eating? Yeah. It's not just a pizza. It's all the chemicals within there. It's not just bacon. It's everything that's in that bacon. You are what you eat. And so what your pig ate, that's what you're eating. What your cow ate, that's what you're eating. And so you are what you eat is very, very important to understand that fundamental concept. And so I can go on and on about this, but I would go over Nutrition 101 class in YouTube. Next level detoxification. What in the world is that? And so this right here, I talked about this the last few weeks. This is the bucket theory of toxicity. Especially for this talk, this is so, so important because this happened when you were a kid right here. Mm-hmm. So we have this bucket. This is our body. We have this bucket, and then everything you pour in from a child. If you didn't breastfeed, then your child, you gave them some type of formula. Guess what? That formula had different types of chemicals, whatever you got, baby lotion, that's very toxic there, but you put that on there, and so that adds up. And in the beginning, as a baby, you don't feel that. As a kid, you don't feel that. You just keep going and keep pushing through, but those are buckets. You're filling up this bucket right here. And so whatever you put in the air, whatever you eat, you're filling up the bucket, and then when you're 25, 26, why do I have migraines? Why do I have all rashes? Why am I having acne now? And things like that. And that may happen as a boy, or a girl, a little girl. You may have all these things. Your bucket is getting full. And then all this right here, all these symptoms, those are just after effects of this. What is medicine taught to do when they see sneezing, wheezing, itching? Oh, let's treat this, that, and that. But they neglect whatever's in here. And so the more you neglect in here, the more you're sick. The more sickness and disease you're going to suffer with in your family. And so this is, you got to get to the cause of the problem. The cause of the problem is in that bucket. And so the more you learn how to empty that bucket, the more vitality you have, the more energy, the more focus, the more love, the more you can have, and the more energy that you have towards your family, your kids, and things like that. It's very, very important to empty out this bucket right here, and that's what we're going to learn. And this a great example is, let's see, let's say you're a new married couple, and you move into this new house, and then a couple of months. You stay there, and guess what? You start sneezing, you start getting these headaches, watery eyes, what's going on? Then you find out there's mold. Right. There's mold in this 100-year-old house. And it's because of that toxicity, but it wasn't because the mold. It's because your bucket was full. And the mold just topped you over the edge. It just topped you over the edge. Now it's overflowing. Do you see how this... It's an accumulation of toxins in your life that causes all these, especially autoimmune conditions, is the accumulation of toxins. Of course, I'm going to be talking about leaky gut in a sec, but it's the accumulation of toxins that cause a lot of these sickness and diseases that all these people are having all around. Does that make sense? Okay, so very, very important concept right here. You can only handle too much, and this right here is really the pathways that the toxins go through. So toxins go through your lungs, skin, gut, intestines. What you eat, what you breathe, things like that, what you put on your skin, things like that. Those are pores. Everything goes inside, you absorb it, blah, blah. And so liver is your main detoxification organ. Your liver detoxifies everything. And so, and also, when you have too many toxins, remember, you can only handle so much. Remember, the bucket. You can only handle so much. And so for the people who are listening and tuning in, please share this, tag somebody who needs it, like it. But what we're talking about is the liver. Liver detoxifies everything. And of course, this is where it goes through, right here. It gets out of your body through your skin, your kidneys, your colon, your lungs. It just gets it out of you. That's why sweating is very important. Filtering, hydrating yourself so you can detox yourself. However, what happens when you have too many toxins? Well, excess toxins get stored in where? Fat cells, bone marrow, liver, your nervous system. So you ever heard of somebody who's, they lose like 10, 15 pounds and they hit a plateau? I wonder what happened. I'm still exercising, I'm still doing cardio, I'm still doing all this, but what's going on? Well, they haven't dealt with the toxicity that's going on inside their body. Their toxins, there's so many toxins in their fat cells, they just can't lose weight. There's no way. You have to deal with the bucket. You have to deal with toxicity before you can deal with losing weight and things like that. It makes it so much easier to lose weight if you're fully detoxed. And so, and then it's very hard to be fully detoxed because you have to live your lifestyle through it. And so your bone marrow, your liver, of course, it can be stored in the liver because it's too much. And of course, your nervous system. People who are jittery, people who can't focus, ADHD. I'm going to be talking about kids in a sec, especially autistic kids, about the toxicity that's in them. And so, but the central nervous system has huge amounts of dementia, Alzheimer's, things like that. Very, very important. And of course, it can go to your joints. You get sore all over. Your blood, your tissues, your muscle. I can go on and on. But these are just the pathways and, of course, what it's supposed to exit through. And so very, very important. When I talk to patients about toxicity, these are the three main ones that I really hit. So who has these? Right there. So these are amalgam fillings. So mercury amalgam fillings. And so basically when you have a cavity, boom, they put that in there. The problem with that is that over time they chip. And when they chip, guess what? They leach into your mouth and into your blood system and your system. And so that is mercury. Mercury is a neurotoxin and a carcinogen. And so this right here, people are just not aware of that. Dentists are starting to get away from this. And so because they know the toxicity, but it's very important. If you feel like you're trying to lose weight and you're not losing weight, if you're having focus issues, if you want to truly detox, like you got to look at your teeth. And if you have these right here, like find a dentist. Talk to me after. We can talk about finding a dentist, especially here in the state of Louisiana. That there's one in Baton Rouge, but that can take those out. And so there's all different. There's ceramic. There's different ones that are non-toxic and they can put on your teeth so you won't get cavities. Or brush your teeth. That's a good way to do it. And so because I think I still have some. Mine's chipped. And so I still haven't taken mine out. And that means I have some toxicity. So you're not the only one. And so even though I've never had a cavity, but guess what? I got these fillings. And so, what that does, that puts a lot of strain and toxicity in your blood and your system and things like that. That creates toxicity. If you're dealing with acne, if you're dealing with all these different types of issues, nervous system issues, yes, this may be one of those. Mold. We talked about mold. Mold is, and these are silent killers. Like we don't notice these things. And so, but mold, like if you've never, if you know you have mold in your home, especially now because of the hurricane that happened, the 2 hurricanes. There's a lot of people that have a mold in their homes. They just haven't dealt with it. And so, and for some people, you're sensitive to mold. Like you can smell it. Like you can just feel it. Some people are sensitive, some people are not. They don't even know. And so because their bucket's not full, the more sensitive you are, the more you're aware of it. And that's very, very important. Mold is very, very, very toxic. And of course, like if you ever got a full set of vaccines, now it's like 64 vaccines until 5 years old. A kid, you have to take around 64 vaccines before the age of 5. And so it used to be I mean, a whole lot less than that. And so like that's, I mean, with vaccines, that's a different story, but like with vaccines, there's a lot of, you just look at the ingredients of all vaccines. You just go to the CDC and just look at the ingredients and just, and you make a decision. But there's a lot of aluminum, mercury, they stopped putting mercury in there. Aluminum, there's feces in there. There's all these different types of chemicals that are in different types of vaccines. And literally, CDC tells you too. They just don't tell the public. Right. You don't see that in CNN. And so, like, however, it's very important to know, like, okay, especially kids, and especially growing up. I got my full set of vaccines. I didn't know better. My family didn't know better, nothing like that. However, that you have to detox yourself out of those because it builds up. And especially that bucket analogy. Remember, like, you fill that bucket, guess what? Like, different types of drugs are toxic to your body. And so it's okay to take drugs, you know, for emergency and for certain situations, but not for the rest of your life. You got to figure out what's causing it so you can help yourself wean and help your doctor help you wean yourself out of that. And so, like, your doctors are for you. Your medical doctors, they're for you. They want you to hopefully get off your medication. They truly do. And so, like, they're not bad people. They've just been taught differently. And so, like, it's very, very important when it comes to, you know, not vaccine, drugs, things like that. That's the three major ones that I see. That's why I help people try to get off their medication and things like that. I mean, I don't have no possibility to get you off that medication. You have to talk to your medical doctor. But I just help you, give you steps to help you get off those. And so this was a very interesting study. And so this was a study with amalgam fillings. And what they found is the result of the leukocyte reactivity measured in Mill cell, which is just a test. Out of 35 patients, 25 patients showed improvement of autoimmune conditions. So they tested these 35 patients with autoimmune conditions, and they all saw that they had amalgam fillings. Just by taking them out, that's it. 25 out of 35 improved the autoimmune conditions. Just by that, that's it. They didn't change nothing else. Just that alone, their lupus got better. Their rheumatoid arthritis got better. Fibromyalgia got better. You see all these autoimmune conditions, ulcerative colitis got better. Just by that, because you're decreasing the toxicity inside your body. This right here basically is really the pathway of aluminum. I kind of talked about, you know, the aluminum that are in vaccines and canned foods. A lot of them have, they leach, especially if you warm them up in the microwave or something like that. Hopefully you're not doing that. But even in plasticware, which I'm going to talk about in a sec, but a lot of things have aluminum. They leach into your food. You eat them, goes through your gut. That's why, especially with kids, you want to start this with kids too. They go to your gut eliminates it, of course, but when you have too much of it, this is what happens. It goes through your blood-brain barrier, especially as a kid, you're starting to develop those. And so, especially as a baby, it goes through there and can start affecting the brain tissue. And so, the focus of a kid. That's why there's more ADHD than ever. There's something going on, but why did the rise of ADHD increase? Why did autism, now it's 1 in 40 boys have autism. It used to be 1 in 10,000 20 years ago. And so, like, something happened. I just want to let you know, like, I don't fully believe that, you know, vaccines cause autism, because if it was, everybody would be autistic. So, like, that's not 100% true. And so, but I just know that aluminum has a lot to do, because there was a study done a long time ago, I think it was in 2005, and they tested the aluminum of all these autistic boys. It was like over 200, and they all had increased rise of aluminum in their brain. And so, like, it's very, very important to, you got heavy metals, a lot of heavy metals, heavy chemicals, those are all toxic. And so where do you find all these things? Heavy metals are a lot of processed foods and things like that. They put things in there. Even though aluminum is a soft metal, mercury is a soft metal. And so, but those are really the most dangerous ones because it's a soft metal, they put them in a lot of things to preserve your food and things like that, heavy chemicals they use in processed foods and things like that. So, very, very important. How to minimize your exposure. Check your pots and pans. Who's ever Teflon? Who's ever heard of Teflon? A lot of pots and pans have Teflon. All Teflon ware, yeah, it has lots and lots of chemicals, aluminum, things like that. When you first buy them, they're okay, but when you heat them up constantly again and again and again, and they start chipping and stuff like that, if you have a pan that's 50 years old, like, I think it's time to get a new one. I think it's time to get a new one because it's been through a lot. And so it's been through a lot. But what happens with Teflon is that it's known as carcinogen. I mean, Teflon's been sued so many times because of this. And so, but it leaches into your bloodstream, goes into your brain. It has a lot of implications of like autoimmune conditions, nervousness, anxiety, things like that. Teflon is very, very important. So now there's all types of different pans, like ceramic, stainless steel. I mean, Teflon is so good because it's non-stick, and that's why people like it, things like that. But there's a lot of non-stick other cookware that you can get, and so, stainless steel is one of the best. Ceramic is really good, but ceramic as well. If you see your pots chipped, like, please change them and like ask that for Christmas or birthdays or something like that. That would be a good Christmas present, things like that. And every year you get a new, man, that's pretty great. And so like, it's just because you're changing them out. It's very, very important because people don't know. I mean, people don't know. They cook every day, but they don't know. And so it's very, very important. That's a form of toxicity that's in there. It's to increase the different types of cancers and things like that, is Teflon and things like that. Non-stick pans. Right here, your storage containers, cans, packaged foods. Packaged foods, why is food packaged? If you think about that, the reason is because the reason they're packaged is to increase their shelf life. So if you increase something's shelf life, guess what you're doing? You're adding chemicals and things like that into it so it can last 5, 10, 15, 20 years and people will still eat it. And so very smart business-wise, very, very smart. McDonald's does the same thing. Man, in Naples, I had this burger, McDonald's burger, like a Big Mac. And it was like in this case, and it was like 5, 6 years. And if you opened it, it still tasted, looked the same.
Wow.
Still. Because it is preserved. And I mean, it literally smelled like a McDonald's. Like it looked just, it wasn't moldy, nothing. Like it's truly, and if you don't believe me, you can go to YouTube and go to, what's that called? Bionic Burger. You look them up, and this guy has collected a Big Mac every single year, and has kept it, and they all look the same. And so that, and they do that. I mean, that's very smart business-wise because guess what? You can replicate it, things like that. However, the consequence is it leads to cancers, it leads to sickness, it leads to autoimmune conditions, disease, diabetes, things like that. So, storage containers. The reason storage containers can be iffy is because there's something that's called BPA, biphenyl A. That's a carcinogen. Basically, they make plastics, but then you can find BPA-free containers. Those are the safest and the best. BPA, that's like in plastic bottles, like, in water, things like that. When you heat stuff in the microwave, you have radio waves that hit that plastic, leach into your food, and guess what? Carcinogen. And so it can be organic food, it can be on organic vegetables, and you heat it up, it's still toxic. Because of the leaching of the BPA. Very, very important with storage containers. The cans,
What if you have a glass container?
Glass is better. Glass is better. It's hot though.
Yeah.
You got to be careful taking it out. But Glass is better. And so cans. This is specifically with like tuna, or like tuna. I remember I used to wrestle in college and high school, and I was like a protein nut. And so protein, where's my protein? You know, I was trying to get big, things like that. I used to eat tuna constantly, but the thing with tuna is that they have tons of mercury, nitrates, like that sandwich meat that you buy that have a lot of nitrates and nitrites. That's all chemicals to preserve them. However, if you get like tuna, yes, they have mercury, but guess what? That metal, that can, it leaches into there, so that's even double toxins. You see? And that's filling in that bucket. You fill in that bucket more enough, it's gonna lead to sickness and disease. And so, like, very, very important. This was a study found that people who ate canned soup, you know, like Campbell's and stuff like that, for 5 consecutive days, they had 1,221% higher urine of BPA levels than people who ate fresh soup. That's a huge difference. Huge. 5 days. That's it. That's a huge, huge difference. Very, very important. It's in our food. I mean, I can't say this enough. I mean, if you see this right here, any of these, that's all toxicity. And so Halloween, toxic. You know, if you see this, it's all Halloween candy. But the red 40, basically, you know, when you paint the wall, red 40, basically they put that in your food. Food colorings and stuff like that. So anybody will drink paint? Anybody wants to drink paint? No? So, but you'll eat, you know, different types of foods with red 40 in it. That's basically the same thing. And it's toxicity in there. Butane, MSG, a lot of Chinese food and things like that. Sodium nitrate, refined oils like I don't even know. Canola oil is a vegetable oil. Those are all rancid oils. When we think about canola oil, when you go to the store, what does it look like? Looks like a liquid, right? Yeah. Actually, in its proper form, canola oil is actually a solid. So how does a solid, because all fats are good. God created all fats. It's all good. However, it's when how does a solid turn into a liquid? What you dehydrogenate it. You heat it up until it melts and it turns into this rancid oil. You change the chemical structure in the DNA of that good, perfect fat that got created into a rancid fat, and then you eat it, and your brain is like, whoa, what is that? That I've never seen that before. Let my white blood cells attack it now. And now your immune system is attacking something that you put inside your body, and now you're kind of achy. Oh my goodness, what's going on? I gotta get this ibuprofen. Right here, right there, boom, the pain goes away, but you never get down to the cause of the problem.
Is it just heating it that does that?
Heating it in a specific way. Okay. And so like they have this process, the processor, and they heat it in high temperatures.
Okay.
And so I guess that's my time limit before Susie and Carol comes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting passionate about this, but I'm almost done. And so yeah, my wife got my back. So, but aspartame is fake sugar basically, and so aspartame is like sweet and low and things like that. Even though some doctors are actually recommending this, and I'm not sure why, but this has been known to be not just a carcinogen, but also a chemical that actually increases your chances of type 3 diabetes. You've ever heard of type 3 diabetes? Type 3 diabetes is actually known as Alzheimer's.
That's
as Alzheimer's. Yes. And so like they calling Alzheimer's the new name, type 3 diabetes. And so because they were relating it to aspartame, very, very important. And sugar has a lot to do with that, especially fake sugar. And so that's why I always recommend a whole food diet, whole food. And so like fresh foods, like it has minimal toxin exposure. All you need to know is just what is in your food. Like count the chemicals, not the calories. Like the more you can count the chemicals in whatever food, the more you know, okay, this is for me, not against me. You know, and so it's a better whole food diet, paleo. You know, everybody's doing like paleo diet, keto diet, things like that. But paleo diet, they say, you know, eat bacon, eat as much bacon as you want. You know, just stuff your body with bacon. And so bacon's good. Just want to let you know that. but the problem with that is, I mean, think about it. Pork is one of the dirtiest animals. I'm not sure. I don't know if I should share this, but I don't know if I should share this, but I am going to share this. So, pigs. Have you ever seen a pig? When they eat, I mean, they feed them all types of stuff, anything, and they eat it. They're hungry. However, they can't sweat, and so they can't export all those toxins. So they have sacs in the back of their legs, and it creates pus in their legs. And if you see them, people eat that. People eat that, and so that bacon, remember, you are what you eat. And so it's very important, okay, yeah, you can eat bacon, but like, get it from a good source. Even if you're from a good source, it's still not the best choice. If you're dealing with cancer, chronic disease, I'll probably step away from the bacon for now, because there's just too much toxicity that's in that pork and things like that. Okay. Oxygen and exercise, and so like sweat releases toxins. Just to let you know, exercise. I mean, people think, oh, I'm working, I'm exercising. No. People work hard, construction, things like that, but that's not true exercise. Yes, you're moving your body, things like that, but you gotta move your body, you gotta increase your heart rate in order to have true sweating, yes, but to actually have, to actually burn fat inside your body, increase dopamine levels, so they're good for your brain to be more happy, things like that. You got to push your body. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to exercise for long. I mean, 12 to 15 minutes, that's it. But you're pushing your body to a limit that it needs to. Movement is life to the body. I had a question this week. A patient said, I told them, you know, movement is life to your body. You know, 90% of nutrition to your brain comes from the movement of your spine. 90% of nutrition to your brain comes from the movement of your spine. So the more you move your spine, guess what? The more attentive, the more nutrition you have in your brain. And so, but someone asked me, I'm not sure if they were being smart, but they asked me, oh, so that means if I exercise, I don't need to get adjusted? And so, and I tell them, well, that's a good question. And so, so this is how I answered it. I said, well, you can move. You can exercise and things like that, but when you exercise and you have a place in your body that's stuck, you know, Susie can testify because she had problems with running, but if you have a place that's real stuck and doesn't move, especially when you're exercising, you can exercise all day long. However, that stuck place is going to continue to degenerate. It's going to start affecting your nerves and things like that, and it's going to stop you from either going forward. So what chiropractic does, that's subluxation. Subluxation is just a misalignment, putting tension and pressure on a nerve. What I do, I adjust that subluxation so when you do go back to exercising, it doesn't stop you from going further. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you need both there. And so, and of course, one of the best things, so exercise is not a replacement for chiropractic. Chiropractic is not a replacement for exercise. And so you need movement in your spine, but they both go hand in hand. Sweat, release of toxins. You need to sweat. And so somehow, some way. And so that's another way. Remember in that diagram, it said skin is how you excrete toxins. Sweat, that's how you do that. And so nutrition, leaky gut. I'm almost done. Leaky gut is toxic exposure. Basically, this is leaky gut right here. Due to a lot of bad fats, chemicals, you have these gap junctions in your colon that allow things to, they're gates that allow things in and out, into your bloodstream, in and out. Well, these gap junctions, they're supposed to be nice and close. However, when you have leaky gut, you've damaged your cell walls. You've damaged your gut lining. And so now what has happened is these gates have now wide open. Now, whatever you put inside your body, big proteins, big macromolecules, now they're going into your bloodstream. And so, like, all these big old sugar molecules, all these big old, they're all going into your bloodstream. And now, because they're not supposed to be in your bloodstream, what's in your bloodstream? Your white blood cells. That's your immune system. And they're looking like, whoa, that's foreign. That's not supposed to be here. Let's attack it. And when you never have solved this problem right here, you've solved all the symptoms. Oh, I'm getting bloatingness. Oh my goodness, let me take this. Oh, I'm getting a lot of gas. Let me take Gas X. Let me take, I can't use the bathroom. Let me take this, a laxative, take all that. You're doing all the, you're doing it. However, you're never getting to the cause of the problem of why is my body doing that. And so, this is constant. And when you keep living that lifestyle, what happens is that your body doesn't even know what to fight now. It's overused. And now it starts attacking its own cells. Now it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know you. Let's attack that. And it's a nice, healthy cell. But now that's called an autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease is now going rampant. Now it's like I think it's the third leading cause of disability here. And it's totally preventable. And so it's totally preventable right here. And so if you think you have leaky gut, if you think you have gut issues, talk to me. I'm partnering with Genova Diagnostics. We're doing testing. And so intestinal permeability. And so this is what this is called. And so we can actually test if you have leaky gut or not. It's very, very important to know that. And then you know what's causing it. Okay, now you take these extra steps. Because you don't want to take supplements blindly.
Right.
And say, oh, I'm just taking it, it's good for me, that's it. But you got to test. If you're not testing, you're guessing. Does that make sense? And so protect and restore your gut. Eating probiotic-rich foods. These are fermented foods, kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, kefir. Very, very important for your gut. Good probiotics. You want to take at least 50 billion probiotics in a capsule or something like that, whether you get in a supplement. 25 to 50 billion. And these are good, rich foods. However, if you're eating this and you bloat, don't eat this. That tells me you got some type of, I'm not sure you ever heard of SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So when you eat this stuff and you're bloating, that's not good. And so you have to talk to me about that. If you are, eating that stuff and you're noticing a bloating. Very, very important. Eat probiotics, rich foods. What is prebiotics? That's food for the probiotics. And so very, very good. If you want, I would take both of them at the same time. If you want your probiotics to restore your gut, prebiotics is really, really good. Hydrate and fasting. This is very, very important. Hydrating. You want to hydrate yourself at least 50% of your body weight in ounces. That's a natural way to detox alone. Is hydration. And then fasting. People, my dad always used to say, I don't miss a meal. Nope, I don't miss no meals. And honestly, we should be missing some meals. Because what did they do in the old days? They missed they probably ate one meal a day. They hunted and gathered all day long for their food. And so fasting is very, very important to restore and heal your gut. You can do intermittent fasting, which is you eat about, a meal and a half a day. Or you can just fast for a couple of days. And so it's really, really good. And it mentally is very good for you because you're resting your gut. It takes a lot of energy for you to digest food, especially if you eat red meat, steak, chicken, things it takes a long time for your body to digest that. And so you want your body to, if you eat chicken or steak at 7 o'clock at night and then you eat a breakfast full of eggs and bacon, things like that at 7 that morning, you haven't given your time, your colon to digest anything. And so what does that leads to leaky gut, things like that. So it's very important. If you're struggling with any gut issues, if you're struggling with any type of chronic disease, very important, fast. Intermittent fasting, fast for a couple days. Let your gut rest. And guess what? When you let your gut rest, guess what else you're resting? Your brain. So if you're always in high stress mode, and fast. And it will help relax your brain and how you deal with stressors in your life. Very, very important. This right here is a few supplements I recommend. Gut Renew Powder, Gut Renew Capsules. I don't have these here in the office, but you can go to my website, Life by Design Chiropractic. If you want to kickstart your gut, healing your gut, this right here is what I recommend right here. Probiotics 50 billion and Gut Renew Capsules right there. Very, very important. It has L-glutamine, which is good, help you lose weight, and it helps restore the lining of your gut. Very, very important. When your detox pathways need help, if you need a kickstart, if you fasted, things like that, you're trying to lose weight, things like that, nothing has worked, I always recommend some type of detox system. This is, I recommend this every quarter. Every quarter, whether you eat healthy or not, doesn't matter. Every quarter, I recommend this detox system. It's a detox from your cell and your body. This is if you truly need help. A lot of detox systems, they take the toxins out of your cells, but now it's in your blood. What is your blood going to do now? And so it's got to excrete it out. So this is a cell and body detox. So it takes it out of your cells and then takes that out of your body. They have good affinity. They capture the toxins. And then they take them out of your cells through your kidneys, urination, things like that. So it's very important. I would do sometime, if you've never detoxed before, I think you've tried it. Yes. And so it's not too hard on your body. It'll make you sweat a lot, but look, it's detoxing. Very, very important, especially if you have amalgam fillings and things like that. And so, but other than that, I'm going to let the two women come, Miss Carol and Susie, but next week we're going to be talking about, we're actually going to work out. And so we're going to talk about exercising. We're not having weights here or nothing like that. I mean, it's not going to be nothing intense like that, but it's going to be 12 to 15 minutes. And so, not to talk, but the workout is going to be 12 to 15 minutes long, and we're just going to increase our heart rate, and we're going to do a lot of moderations and things like that. It's going to be really, really good. And then I'm going to be working out with y'all, me or Olivia, one of us, is going to be working out every single Saturday. And so for the rest of the year, so it's going to be really, really good. And then next week, we're going to have a nutrition plan for everyone. A 6-week nutrition plan for everyone to help y'all in this journey of increasing your immune system, not being afraid of COVID and things like that. That's very, very important. But other than that, for those who are still watching right now, please share this. Pay attention to these two women from Melaleuca. I'm going to have them come. Oh, yep, they have a PowerPoint too. And so, but you can come right over here and set it up if you want. He's going to set it up.
And I drink so much water that I've got to run to the bathroom before I
start. Yeah, go for it. That's good.
And fiber, yeah. So. By the time you get it set up, I'll be back. Oh, Carol, take some pictures since it's our first time. Okay. First, like Charles ever do, so I think I might not do this. If you want to do yours with that. That was awesome. Great information.
Awesome. Good. Awesome. It's all right. It took a little too long, but.
Awesome looking family. That's our
Our daughter got married in December.
all right. Which one's the one that's going in the Marines?
This one?
That one, okay.
Marine Corps. This one's a Texas State Trooper.
Okay.
Those are your children?
He's a personal trainer. He just graduated from
Okay.
LSU and PCO.
Oh, look at that. Awesome.
Healthy family.
Looks like you're twin.
You probably wouldn't mind.
They never do, but it's okay.
You did it? This fast, huh? You know what, I'm probably gonna go quick. We may go back and forth. Steve and I actually usually do this together. So thank y'all so much. We love Dr. Rivera. Okay, this is how much we love him. We drive from Baton Rouge. That's, there's a lot of chiropractors in Baton Rouge. But Carol's one of my best friends, and she had some serious neck issues, and so I just came to ride with her. And I'm a runner, and he's helped me a ton. So,
Yeah. Look at
I
that.
actually came just to sit with her, and I was like, well, hey, if he's so great, like, check me out. And he did my x-rays, and I love to run, and I'm 54. And since I've been coming to him and just like whatever he does, I can go so much further. And I had a little bit of an injury in my left, whatever, I don't know, he would know what it is. But, so my background, and then of course we're both, very, Christians and very passionate about just being as healthy as possible and helping other people to be as healthy as possible. So I'm going to try to go pretty quickly because I know we've been here for a while. This is our family. I always say this is my crazy family, and you can tell because somehow my son wore jeans to my daughter's wedding. He said, and so I'm like, we have a family picture. I sent it to someone yesterday. She's like, I love it. It's just like the truth, messy, crazy life. And he drove him from Texas, so there was nothing I could do. And he's like, it was in a barn, so I figured we wore jeans. I was like, oh well. But so this is my family and my background. I actually have a master's in nutrition from Texas A&M, background in personal training. I was a registered dietitian for 30 years. I talk fast, so you'd let me know if I need to slow down a little bit. But and just very passionate about eating as healthy as possible and just taking care of our bodies, our temples, so that we feel great. So I've always eaten healthy and exercised, but somehow I missed the message about the toxins. And so I never thought about what I was cleaning my house with, what I was putting on my skin. And our daughter was struggling with severe allergies and asthma 9 years ago, and a girl at the gym said, you're a dietitian, what are you using to clean your house? And I was using Fabulosa Scrub Bubbles Windex. 40% or more of the health picture is what we're putting on our skin. Really, all the stuff, you set me up great. The stuff that we put on our skin, the things that we clean our house with. You know what? I love those recipes, but I'm a hot mess. I was never going to make my own cleaners. So when this girl shared Melaleuca with me and told me that the cleaners were non-toxic and $1 a bottle, that, I decided I wanted to shop at Melaleuca. So I'm going to give you guys some really great health tips. I incorporate Melaleuca because it's what's helped for our family, what's helped our family and worked for us. No pressure at all to shop. If you guys decide that you want to shop, we help you set up a shopping account. But our goal is definitely, like Dr. Rivera, all about education. I know he was excited when Carol came and shared with him because it goes along with what he and Olivia, what they're living is healthy. What I love about Melaleuca is it's very practical and sustainable. It's wellness on a budget. I know we ended up homeschooling our kids for 16 years, so I wasn't working outside the home making a paycheck. And I love the fact that it worked for our family, like that the cleaners were non-toxic and $1 a bottle. And, we all wanted to take a probiotic, and I could get a really good one for $19.99. So, so that was a long intro, I know. So Melaleuca, who's heard of it before today? Okay, you have. Okay, awesome. It's been around since 1985. Most people, Casey, and I know you come from the wellness world, so you would think so. Most people have not heard of it. I wish I had heard about it a long time before. It's been around since 1985, since I was a sophomore in college. Back in 85, it was kind of like not a whole lot. It was Melaleuca oil, which is an essential oil, which is great, and a few products with tea tree oil. Now we're everything. We say we're like Whole Foods delivered to your door at a Walmart Target price point, and we just help people to be healthy but on a budget, because you know what? Guess what? Life has got to be practical, right? And so I never thought I'd tell anybody. I never thought I'd be here on Facebook Live telling people about Melaleuca. Honestly, I just wanted to help my daughter by switching out our cleaning products, and this seemed very practical. Ended up helping our family tremendously. Steve stopped having migraines because, again, like he said, those toxins, we were overloaded. Even though we were eating healthy and exercising, we were missing the mark on those, the personal care items and the cleaning products. So I love helping people with their health. I get excited about every single person that we help with health by sharing Melaleuca. We're great for the environment. We've been green since we opened our doors in '85. great for personal wellness, and great for finances. And I'm gonna get into the health tips, I promise. But this just kind of shows how it works. If you decide you want to shop at Melaleuca, we just email you a link. It's like your Amazon account, but I promise much better than Amazon. It's and you basically have your own shopping account. It's $19 a year, and then you go and order to your door. It takes a couple of days to get there, and you can get a 40% discount if you shop for 35 or more points in a 1 month time frame. And I know the points to me, I was like, what are these points? We're in 20 different countries. So now Steve and I, sometimes we show this overview to Canada or Mexico. We're helping people get healthy in 20 different countries, and the 35 points converts, from country to country. What it equals to us in, Louisiana, I guess everybody here is from Louisiana, is about $70 that you would spend at Walmart, Target, Costco. You guys don't have Whole Foods. We do. We call it whole paycheck, so maybe it's a blessing it's not here. Let me know if I go too fast, Olivia, because I don't want everybody's heads to spin. It's not a contract, so if Dr. Rivera and Olivia decide they don't want to shop this month, they can go pause their account anytime. 97% of people, when they come to Melaleuca, they stay forever. They stay month after month because it is, basically, made in the U.S. It's super healthy, and it's that affordability part that I think, people are really looking for. Super fresh. I love that. He was talking about the things in the cans that last forever, and the bars that you buy at Walmart. I mean, all the crazy stuff in there that makes them last forever. With Melaleuca, our products are about 2 to 3 weeks old when they get to your door, super fresh, and that's very important, when you're talking about the things that we're eating and supplements and things like that. So I'm going to get to the good part, but I'm just going to let you kind of look at that for a minute, because I know, Kate, most people haven't heard of it. It's been around since '85. It's a $2.5 billion a year debt-free store with over 2 million people shopping. So, didn't open yesterday. The growth curve is straight up. You guys can imagine with COVID, everybody wanting to shop online. We're all thinking about immune system and, safe cleaning and disinfecting. People are cleaning and disinfecting more than ever before. We need to be really careful what we're cleaning and disinfecting with, or, it can do more harm than good. So this is what I love about it. When you go to Walmart, Target, you guys have a few things here. You don't have Trader Joe's or Whole Foods yet.
We need it.
But at Kroger, I think you guys have a Kroger. Most of the money that you pay goes to advertising and middlemen, and so there's only 37% that goes into the ingredients. That's why there's a lot of toxins and things. Toxins are cheap, right? Formaldehyde and parabens and things like that. Cheap ways to preserve products. With Melaleuca, we're able to put the money into the ingredients. So you get that wellness on a budget. The money goes into the actual products. If you wonder where they're made, Idaho Falls, Idaho. We have 70 scientists in Idaho making amazing products. I know you were asking me, Jennifer's like, how do they do this? I was like, well, basically they, make it in Idaho, put it in a box, it comes to your door. We've just cut out that whole 63% that's wasted, if you walk into a GNC or into a grocery store. And this concept was really important to us homeschooling. Steve had a good job, but with 4 kids, guess what? We used all of his paycheck before the next one came in a lot of times. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. And so it's the same dollars better spent. It's just getting things at Melaleuca that you would normally buy at Walmart, Target, Kroger, but without the chemicals, at great price points and very, very high quality. So this was, I know when I told Steve, I was like, I want to shop at Melaleuca. He's like, what's Melaleuca? Kind of a weird name. And it's, this bottom line, he was watching our budget, and we had a pretty tight budget. So this is what you guys have access to if you decide you want to shop. And every bit of this has a huge impact on your health. And I'm not going to focus as much on the supplements, because I know you guys have some great supplements. I'll kind of show you what we have. But these things matter a lot. Your personal care, your soaps, your shampoos, makeup. I mean, you were talking about mercury and things. Guess what? There's mercury in a lot of mascaras. There's lead in a lot of lipsticks. And so we've got non-toxic there. I love the cleaning and laundry. That's the reason I set up my account, and I'm obsessed with it. And then all of our snacks and things like that. So we have essential oils, which I love essential oils as well. So how's the speed?
Good.
No, you're good.
We're going to get through this quickly. But it's all the good, I'm healthy. Tons of research and patents. I know that impressed you, Dr. Rivera, having the science background. And so we're both passionate about gut health. I start with gut health. I don't know what percentage of the population has leaky gut, but if somebody comes to me with eczema, anxiety, an autoimmune disease, they can't lose weight, I mean, whatever it is, I'm always going to ask them, about their gut. Are you taking a probiotic? Are you taking fiber and digestive enzymes? And you guys have great, options. This is, we have a great probiotic, and it's like $19.99. And I always say, if the probiotic was $40, when I wanted probiotics, I would have to decide which of my kids I really liked, And so, and with Melaleuca, again, it's sustainable and very economical for really high quality. It's 7 different strands. It's got the prebiotics in there. It was everything I was looking for. I was already taking probiotics, omega-3s when I came to Melaleuca. I told the girls, I don't really want you to show me the nutrition. I've got the master's in nutrition. Now I did start looking at it on my own and comparing and the quality at the price point. I'm all about detoxing through the gut. I drink the fiber. I'm finishing my fiber, drank it on the way down. 95% of people don't get enough fiber. We should eat more whole foods, but life gets busy, and I know, it's a journey. And so this is 12 grams of fiber, 7 different sources, probiotics, prebiotics. A canister that lasts you a month is $19.99, and we love the digestive enzymes. Again, just to help break down that food, especially if you eat a lot of protein like our family does. So that trio, we even have a deep immune probiotic for people. Our daughter worked in the COVID ICU, and I was like, Hannah, time for you to add that, deep immune probiotic with extra zinc and extra strands for the immune system. But the trio is like 35 points, $59. So the whole affordability, I have people that set up an account for that. And then just, immune system. I mean, everybody wants a healthy immune system. We're going to be exposed to COVID, right? I loved what you said. I've never heard that said before. Our immune system is the best mask we'll ever wear. And that's what I always tell people. I'm not getting the vaccine. We're not going to get into that. But what I'm going to do is be as healthy as I can and saturate myself with great nutrition. And so we've got, of course, the fiber. The gut is huge. Vitamin D3. We also have a K2 D3. Our D3 is like $7.49. If you have kids, the probiotic for kids is amazing. It's like a little pixie stick. And then we have the vitamin C zinc, which, that's super important. We're famous at Melaleuca for the Oligo patent that guarantees an 86% absorption. And, and I know all the stuff you guys have here is phenomenal. I always say, do not buy your supplements at Costco and Sam's. It's a multi-billion-dollar a year, very loosely regulated industry. Get the good stuff, or you could be doing more harm than good. That Oligo patent is fascinating to me. I was kind of an anti-supplement. Like, I would, never tell anybody to take a Centrum or a 1 a day. You can do more harm than good. And when I started researching that, you've got that super, super high absorption. They basically bound up the vitamins and minerals, and they're found like they are in whole foods. So this also comes in a capsule. So we're definitely taking extra C and zinc right now, extra D3, and then everything. I'm not going to get into everything. I like what you said. Don't just go take supplements blindly. But we have products. This lowers cholesterol, blood pressure. My husband actually would be on statins and blood pressure meds. We take no meds at 55 and 54. We're just trying to do everything as holistically as possible. Most of the things are like $20 or so. I love Dr. Rivera's helping me a ton with the joints, but this is our joint therapy for like $19.99, really amazing. Omega-3s, I have ADD, I don't know if you figured that out already. I have ADD, and I have 2 kids that were blessed with my brain, and I guess we're detoxing, so it's getting better, but I'm a big believer in taking a really good omega-3. 90% of people are not consuming enough omega-3s, and we need those for our brain, for focus, for moods, helping to reduce risk of Alzheimer's. Steve needs it more for inflammation and heart health, so he's got the heart health stuff, I got the brain needs. So this is a really good blend for $14.99, and in the refrigerator in the kitchen, I have the liquid peach mango lime sorbet. If any of you guys have kids or you just hate to take pills, I love this. I'll just take a couple of big tablespoons. Melatonin. The GC Control is one of our mini shakes. That one keeps your blood sugar nice and even. We have, all different kinds. That was designed for people with diabetes, pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, people wanting to lose weight. There's even a study online, keeps your sugar nice and even. So you don't have those cravings, so you don't have the peaks and the valleys. We drink it every single day. We have certain things that we do daily at Melaleuca. Methylated Bs, I don't know if you've researched that, but go, Google it. Most people really benefit from getting their B vitamins in the methylated form. So we have methylated B vitamins so that we know that everybody absorbs it the best. And the last thing, and then I'll get into other stuff, is the Peak Performance. It's everything AM, PM pack. It's got the multivitamin, the probiotic, the fish oil, the turmeric, the grapeseed extract, the antioxidant. I'm going through it really quickly because Melaleuca allows you to learn and earn. You get $100 as a shopper. If you set up a shopping account, you get $100 for learning and earning. Because we've got 600 products in the store, so I mean hundreds. We don't want to bore you. I know you've been here for a while, and so you can go. If Casey wants to learn about the fish oil, or Jennifer wants to learn about the Peak Performance, you watch videos. It puts money in your account. You'll have $100 free. This is $42.72, and the research is very impressive. 4 studies showing a huge drop in inflammation, free radicals. Blood sugar spikes reduced 44%. I mean, I would take it for any of those, any individual. Resting heart rate dropped 5 beats a minute. So I would say look at the studies on that. That is 42 points and $72. So people do set up an account for that. So let's get, and also, I know there's great supplements here. I'm just showing you, if you set up an account, what Melaleuca has. And, if you have a kid that needs a probiotic, we have a great one in a Pixie Stick. So, so the sports nutrition, we love this. One of our kids is a personal trainer. They're all super into fitness. I guess, that's, we are definitely into exercise. So we've got low sugar Gatorade. We've got some bars that Carol cut up that we'd love y'all to try. We've got access bars. Those actually help you to burn fat for fuel. Normally when you exercise, it takes 20 minutes to start using fat for fuel. It takes you straight into using fat for fuel. And I know with my background as a personal trainer, as a dietitian, when when she mentioned that it was like a fat conversion bar, I was like, that sounds really hokey. Kind of rolled my eyes, maybe she didn't see it. But if you actually go look at the there's 9 patents, and it's amazing. So, and then, plant-based protein, 20-gram protein powder, 30-gram protein powder, protein bars. Sometimes when Carol and I are on the way down here, we'd like to have a salad, or we'd love to go to Clean Juice and eat, now that Dr. Rivera told us about that. But sometimes we just have to have a bar. And so we'll have this 20-gram protein bar. It's like a meal, but everything from branched chain amino acids to, I love the plant-based protein. So kind of whatever you're looking for. My boys feel like they have to have 30 grams and it's got to be whey. So we kind of have something to make everybody happy, and then healthy snacks. And Dr. Rivera, I wish I could eat only whole foods. I believe I have a cousin that I mentioned to Casey who's a yoga instructor. She eats nothing in a wrapper. She's I wish I was like her. But my life is busy, and so Melaleuca has those very fresh, healthy ingredients without all those toxic preservatives. Our bars weren't made, 6 months or 6 years ago. So we've got fruit and nut clusters. We've got granola. I order those things every time. We've got the Simply Fit. It's like just a chewy snack bar. Very healthy, very fresh, but very delicious. I don't know has anybody ever tried a Laura bar?
Yeah.
I don't like them. I mean, they always make them sound really good. So this is actually, but I'm like, wait a minute, it said Dutch apple pie. This does not taste like Dutch apple pie. Nothing against Laura Bar. Don't sue me, please. But I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that. But I guess you get the point if you've tried them. The name always sounds better. This is really yummy, and you have a 90-day money-back guarantee on everything in the store. So for those of us that aren't 100% Whole Foods yet, one day I'm going to be there. It's nice to have super healthy snacks. We have these trail bars. It's like dark chocolate almond. Once you have one, you're not going to eat a Kind bar again, because it's that freshness, The Kind bars have been around a while. They don't, make them and put them in a box and send them straight to your door. I love the popcorn. It is organic. It's non-GMO. It's 3 ingredients. Like he said, short ingredient list. So, again, it's a huge store too, and so you don't have to love everything in the store. We go to Whole Foods, and I don't do soy, but I still go to Whole Foods. So if you see an ingredient you don't love, there's, hundreds of other products. And then this is our gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO sweetened with stevia. I'm a big believer. I like stevia. It's my favorite sweetener. And so I get my fiber-wise sweetened with stevia. I love these vegan protein chips. Sometimes I need 10 grams of protein and I don't want a bar and I can't eat a chicken salad. And so, eating 10 grams of protein from chickpea protein in a little bag is, great way to get some good protein in. And then that's a vegan bar that happens to be, a lot of people's favorite. So we've got, again, super healthy and tasty. The coffee's great. Kind of like you said, when you talk about gumbo and etouffee here, you know, people might throw it at you. Occasionally when I mention coffee in Louisiana, it gets a little tense because of community. And I always say, you don't have to switch. I just haven't seen organic coffee from community yet. They need organic because we do need to be using organic
It's been
coffee.
sprayed too
all
much.
those pesticides, they
Yeah.
can't wash all that off. And so, I mean, I'm sorry, I was buying organic coffee and I use the Melaleuca organic. It's awesome. I get a couple of bags every time we shop. So now back to what he was talking about, which I loved your talk, by the way. I really hope the Facebook Live is recorded. Did it record?
is.
Okay, good. I mean, I don't know if I don't want everything I said recorded, but I like what you said. And so, but this was something I was a 45-year-old registered dietitian with a master's in nutrition. I mean, feeding my kids as many fruits and vegetables as I could get them to consume, and never thought about ingredients on personal care, you know, and cleaning products. So this was the reason I came to Melaleuca, was for what we were, you know, washing our hair and our deodorants and things like that. And I was never educated about this. Chiropractic is so much, you know, more holistic. You guys touch on it all, but, you know, becoming a registered dietitian, you know, Jennifer, it's hardcore healthy eating and exercise. So we don't have any unsafe fragrances, formaldehyde, parabens, phthalates, or triclosan in any of our products. And those are toxins that we don't want to be putting on our skin. Think about it. Whatever we put on our skin, whether it's sunscreen, deodorant, or, you know, toothpaste, it's absorbed into our bloodstream. We should be just as careful about the labels on those things as we are on the, you know, the food labels, which I was, you know, Steve used to get in trouble if he took the kids to the store. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, because he wasn't reading the labels as carefully as me. So it's everything in my house. If you come into my house, it's all, you know, switched over to Melaleuca. Even though I came originally for the cleaners, whether you want, you know, hand sanitizer, which has been very popular. We also never raise the price on our hand sanitizer. It's plant derived, it's got aloe, and so it's not gonna dry your skin out. And we didn't raise, like on Amazon, if you were buying hand sanitizer on Amazon, it was getting higher and higher and higher. Then you had the stuff that came in from China that had the crazy stuff. We don't have, this is made in the US, we make it, so there's a lot more control. Bath bars, sulfate-free hair care. I love the tooth polish. I'm not a big believer in fluoride. And so I use the fluoride-free Melaleuca tooth polish for $3.89. Again, that whole wellness on a budget. Normally a healthy toothpaste is a lot more than that.
Yep.
Now I have dentists that shop with me that they still want the fluoride. So we have with and without fluoride. We have an herbal deodorant that has no aluminum at all, which is definitely the safest way to go, no aluminum. Some people, I have a naturopathic doctor that she feels like she has to have an antiperspirant. She uses our antiperspirant. All antiperspirants have aluminum. It's a salt derived. So, you know, you've got the safest, which is deodorant only. Don't use anything, or at least you have the salt derived, which is a larger particle. But if you have dry skin, the Renew lotion, of course, it's probably linked to your gut if you have eczema or psoriasis or skin issues. But the Renew lotion is amazing. It's 7 times more effective than Eucerin, and it's one of the top 5 selling products in the store. There's a whole Renew line. I mean, you know, men's body wash. My boys all use. You know, I love my boys. I love my husband. I'm glad that they're using safer products. Anything I miss here, Carol? I mean, it's everything. You know, and then the baby line, which I guess at some point we have a daughter that just got married. Our son gets married next weekend. I guess he won't wear jeans to his wedding. So we're hoping at some point to have some grandkids. And I love that we have a safe baby line. Again, that affordability, it's unbelievable. You get all 4 of the steps for less than $20, and you know, baby wipes. And I mean, we got to start early without, you know, not putting toxins on the babies. You know, well, it starts with pregnancy, right? Because what you're putting on your skin during pregnancy is passing through, and so. But this has been a huge hit. Very, very affordable. It smells great. It's super cute, and no toxic ingredients. And then the makeup. This is another thing that I was completely clueless about. I mean, it was whatever I grabbed at the store. Never thought about the fact that what I was putting on my skin, whether it was cleanser or my makeup, mattered. And what do you say percentage-wise, Dr. Rivera? I always say at least 40% of the health picture is what you put on your skin. And I had a naturopathic doctor say, Susie, I think you're way low on that. She felt like it was really more than 40%.
Yeah, I mean, especially women.
Yeah.
Women, they put more things on their skin more than anything.
It's
so,
unbelievable, yeah. And so this is all, it's wellness-inspired beauty, no toxic ingredients, very affordable. And then I know, normally I get into a lot more education about these things being linked with autoimmune diseases and thyroid issues.
Yeah.
I mean, weight loss, we have so many personal trainers that they, you know, they're encouraging healthy eating and exercise, but they're like, if you don't take care of the toxins, you can't put muscle on or lose body fat. And so I know Jillian Michaels' book, Master Your Metabolism, she's got a whole chapter on the chemicals and how they affect thyroid metabolism, ability to lose weight, but you know, all the diseases. And you covered that so well that I'm not gonna get into all the details, but it's everything. People set up accounts all the time for the makeup. The mascara is like $16. Guys, we got some guys here. The guys love the skincare too. Our 20-year-old loves that charcoal line. He's really into that. But it's, our makeup guy has been with Lancome and other top brands. He loves being with Melaleuca because think about it. You know, most of the money used to go to the supermodels, the magazine covers. He actually gets to work with the line where the money goes into the actual stuff that he's making. And then if you look at our catalog, it's, you know, people like Carol and I were talking about on the way down. They've never picked us. I think we're too big a project. But, you know, and they give somebody a free lipstick or, you know, as opposed, the money goes into the ingredients and it's absolutely unbelievable, and the quality at the price point. And again, no toxins, no mercury in my mascara, no lead in my lipstick. Super happy that my daughter, you know, she's got her own account. She's 23, she's a nurse, that she chooses to buy the Sabella and shop for healthier products. Essential oils, I'll just let you know, the store is big. We have it all. You get to pick the aisles that you walk down at Melaleuca or that you go down when you're on your phone or your iPad, or you can just use the catalog and order from that. But oils are very, it's important to choose good oils just like it is important to choose good supplements. The oil, you know, industry has gotten to be really, really huge, and not, you know, a lot of times you'll get a lavender that doesn't even have lavender in it. So if you're going to use oils, get 100% pure, traceable their source. There's a whole website dedicated to our line, melaleuca.com/pure. I love the immune one. It's called Armor, and so we've got a little roller ball. We diffuse it a whole lot. We've got everything from the misters to the diffusers and hundreds of oils at really great prices. And then finally, I'm almost done if y'all are ready to. This part, I love this because I wish I had found out so much earlier. Mm-hmm. We were at the point with our daughter, she was playing competitive soccer. We were going back and forth to the pediatrician because her allergies and asthma was getting so much worse. And, you know, come to find out, if I had just switched out my cleaning products, we wouldn't have had so many trips back and forth. They were about to put her on Singular. I actually went to the Walmart pharmacy to pick up the Singular. Now, this was a while back when it was like $90 a month, and I called Steve from the Walmart pharmacy. I was like, hey, the girl at the gym said if I switch the cleaners, she really thinks it's going to help Hannah. What do you think? And he's always been so supportive. And so we ended up switching out all of our cleaners. She never had to go on the Singular, which, you know, lots of health benefits from that. He stopped having migraines. My pediatrician called me and set up an account, and she's still shopping to this day. I mean, it's unbelievable when you switch out your cleaners. We have a friend that has 12-year-old twins. Well, they used to get breathing treatments all the time because she was using all the toxic, you know, chemicals in the home. Mm-hmm. She switched to Melaleuca, and you can make your own. I just wasn't that organized, you know. And no more breathing treatments. It's unbelievable. The problem with those cleaning products, and I don't know about y'all, does anybody still use this? I was using Fabulosa, bleach, I loved it, hate it now. You know, pine salt, all of that. Are y'all all using non-toxic already, or is everybody? 87% of people still use all the junk at the store because the news is not out. So, all right, because I didn't want to go there. And if you guys had already switched to making your own or method or something, so look at this study. This will get your attention. 6,000 people followed over 20 years. They found that people that use national brand cleaning products as little as 1 time a week, it's as bad as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Is that unbelievable to you? This is published. I mean, I'm the skeptic. I had to go pull the study in the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine. Sure enough, every time you spray those cleaning products, it's damaging the mucous membranes of the lungs. And now people are cleaning and disinfecting like never before because we're so scared of COVID. We're damaging our lungs. It's just, I love educating. Even if y'all don't decide to shop at Melaleuca today, if you just go home and use these recipes or do something, because it is so important. Those chemicals stay airborne for 72 hours. You know, so if I go into a place, like I was at the gym yesterday, I'm at a new gym. Don't worry, I'll have them changed in no time at all. I just have to show them the overview. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like talking to a friend. I said, I feel like I just smoked a pack of cigarettes. The bleach in that bathroom. They just don't know, right? And they're wanting to, make sure they kill the bacteria and the viruses. So what I liked about Melaleuca, and I was a homeschool mom, so some of my friends were mixing these recipes together, and it really freaked me out because it sounded really hard. And so when the girl at the gym said that you could buy these cleaning products for $5.69, and they would make 6 bottles of cleaner, I started doing the math. I'm like, $5.69, 6 bottles, that's $1 a bottle. I think I could fill it to the fill line, so you basically buy the cleaning product for $5.69, get the spray bottle the first time you shop. So for $5.69, you fill it to the 12 times concentrate line, then it fills it to the fill line. I was like, this is the make your own that Susie Meyer can do, And so you're getting it for $1 a bottle. The effectiveness is unbelievable, and it definitely worked in our budget. We've converted so many commercial and residential cleaning services, gyms, yoga studios. $5.69 for 6 bottles. You've got bathroom cleaner, glass cleaner, all-purpose cleaner, daily shower cleaner, disinfectant, no child safety caps on anything at all. The effectiveness, I think people are sometimes, worried about switching their detergent or, their toilet bowl cleaner because you don't want your toilet to be dirty. This is so effective that people don't switch back. I mean, we have a 97% stick rate. And then the whole environment thing, we've been green since '85. That's fascinating that we were, opened our doors green in 1985. So much less gas.
Susan,
Gas.
tell them a little bit more about the SoluGuard.
Oh yeah, I'm going to show them this real quick. There's actually a slide on it. We actually made a couple of new slides since COVID, like the immune health. So everybody's wanting to disinfect, right? And they're using, I won't touch a Clorox wipe, you know me. Jennifer knows anywhere I go, I'm going to have the SoluGuard wipes with me. That's my healthy Clorox wipe. Because why would I put it on my skin, right? I mean, I'm trying to, protect myself. So that's going to be your healthy Clorox wipe. This is our EPA-approved disinfectant. It kills staph, E. coli, H1N1, salmonella on the cutting board. And then it can be used against COVID as long as used as directed. You just have to follow directions on any disinfectant if you want to make sure they're killing all the bacteria and viruses. That uses thyme and lemon, and I love the wipes. They're with me everywhere. And then you see the small hand sanitizers, the SoluGuard and the hand soaps. I love the hand sanitizing wipes as well. And then I won't bore you, but it's everything. I love the cleaning and laundry. Most things come in a wipe for, if you need to clean in a rush. Everything from furniture polish to something really important if you're wanting to detox your home, be careful with your dishwashing detergent. Because if you're using Cascade, you've got the bleach, right? It's got chlorine bleach in there. Well, think about it. Bleach is a registered pesticide, neurotoxin. Really, I don't want it in my life. And when I was using the Cascade, that dry cycle was sending that steam out into my home that would stay there for about 72 hours, filling my home. No wonder Hannah was having allergies and asthma, and Steve was having migraines. We have it in pods and liquid, and it is bleach-free, phosphate-free. Or I did this for a young mom. I was like, but your baby bottles, you're washing them in Cascade. There's a bleach residue on your dishes, and your cups and your baby bottles. So very effective. Melaleuca won't put a natural, healthy product on the market unless it really works. So it took them 7 years for that, 10 years for the toilet bowl cleaner, and we love Solumel. So that's something that has 168 uses. It gets rid of odors, allergens, mold, bed bugs, dust mites. We have indoor dogs, so we spray the couches, we spray the rugs. I put a capful in my really stinky laundry. We got an infrared sauna because that's another great way to detox. So we have really sweaty, dirty clothes, and so the Solumel is so nice to just put a little capful in your laundry. This is the list of things that we don't use. The toxins, those are things that you definitely want to avoid. And then the last thing is the detergent. I love the detergent. Non-toxic. It's gentle enough for a newborn baby, but it cleans our filthy clothes. We came to Melaleuca when our kids were 16 down to 11. So, competitive sports, filthy, stinky clothes. So I always say we put the Melaleuca detergent to the test because I was using Tide before. I had tried to switch to the Ecos, and we smelled bad, so I had to go back to Tide. A lot of the natural ones don't work that well. This one actually cleans the filthiest of clothes, but it's gel enough for a newborn or great for people with sensitive skin or allergies, things like that, because ours are scented naturally, mainly with essential oils, all plant-derived fragrances.
96 loads? Is that true?
Okay, it's amazing. You're gonna love it. You haven't tried the detergent yet?
Right.
You're gonna love it. You're both gonna love it. So this is a 32-ounce
96
bottle,
loads, good.
96 loads, and it's only $17.49. So again, the wellness on a budget, you end up saving so much money. Get the pump because you're going to want to pour more than what it actually takes. But your washing machine's fully capable of adding all the water, right? We don't ship water across country, and so you get a pump and it measures what you need. I like lavender. Carol likes the one that smells like Tybeth Febreze. My son likes the one that smells like Gain. We're very into our stuff, right? Creatures of habit, so Melaleuca makes sure that they give you all the variety, high efficiency, regular fabric softener, dryer sheets, wrinkle reducing sprays. I mean, you name it, candles, wax melts, you know, we got it all. Plug-ins that don't give you a headache, so that's probably enough. We even have a whole pharmacy section, so say you do, you catch something. We've got cough drops, we've got allergy meds, we have ibuprofen, we have icy hot Bengay replacement, you name it. There's a ton more stuff in the store, but for the sake of y'all not getting out and running out the door, I think my time's up. I get passionate, we get passionate about, well, because I know that Melaleuca can help people so much, and then at least I'm getting, even if you don't want to shop, you're getting some health information, take care of your gut. If you're taking supplements, get the good ones. Don't waste your money on a Centrum or an omega-3 at Costco. Same thing with essential oils. And don't use toxic chemicals on your skin or in your cleaning products, because it's a huge part of the health picture that I wish somebody had showed me this before I was 45. So if you decide you want to shop, we basically just email you a link, and it's $19 a year, and then you just go shop for things that you would have to buy anyway. I recommend, what would you need to go get at Walmart in the next 7 to 10 days? It's quick. If you order on Monday, we get it on Wednesday in Baton Rouge, and I think y'all are about the same here. 35 points is super, super easy. It could be the fiber, the detergent, the Renew lotion, and some toothpaste. It just, whatever you would need to buy. Sometimes it's somebody gets a few essential oils, or they just want to convert their cleaners, or get some immune health supplements. So very easy. Most people shop for a lot more than that. Our kids are 20, 21, 23, and 25. They have their own accounts, and they shop for way more than 35 points. So it's just, if you use the store, you're going to shop for more than that. You can cancel your account at any time. I know Jennifer's dad has some, I hope I can say that, some joint health issues. So he started some supplements for joints. I'm super excited about it because I've seen lives change with these supplements. And I was like, 90-day money-back guarantee. If he does not feel a marked difference, then he can get his money back. It's a whole 3 months, which I think is unheard of. But and then if he doesn't want to shop again next month, he can just go in and cancel his account, turn around and reactivate for free. You get the whole year for $19. We are like personal shopping coaches. You can attest to that, huh? We love helping people. We always say we're not salespeople, we're problem solvers. We're there to help you figure out what's going to help you. And if the store's not helping you, you can cancel anytime you want. You can actually put your, you can put your favorite things into a backup order. Say Jennifer's dad ends up, his life has changed. He loves these joint supplements, and he's taken them for a while. He can put them into a backup cart and use that for his order if he wants. I've never used that in 9 years. I pretty much order every week at Melaleuca, but you can customize a little pack if you want to shop that way. It'll also protect your benefits. We're very hands-on, especially the first 6 months. And we find that if, once people have stayed a few months, they're going to shop forever. My first few people that I shared with, they all still shop. Here's the money that's free, which I don't know about y'all, but I love free stuff. So if you set up an account, my husband knows I'm really, so if you set up an account, you have 2 days to shop, and you get an extra $20 free. So if you set up your account, as long as you shop within 2 days, they're giving you an incentive to go ahead and get these great products in your home. Then when you come back in March, you get $20 free just for coming back. They're thanking you. It's a different store, right? You're used to Walmart. And then the next 3 months, the Learn to Earn kick in, which I love the Learn to Earn. 9 years later, I'm still watching Learn to Earn videos because they, keep coming out with new products, and I can watch a video and then it puts $8, $10, $12 in my account, and then I can use that for free products. So then I'm in the 15% back. That starts in the 6th month, and we always remind you. You'll forget this by the time you get to the 6th month, and we'll remind you. Shipping's 9 to 10%. This is always way more back in free products than the shipping. And then there's some other cool perks. You can actually, I don't like to go to the store. I don't know about y'all. If I could order everything online, I would. Life is too short to go to the store, and so especially now that you have to wear a mask. And so I go to Bed Bath & Beyond online, or I'll order my mom flowers from FTD. There's actually 2,000 stores that give you up to 40% back. It's just a way to get more free products at Melaleuca. We've been shopping 9 years and we've gotten $10,500 back in free products. But we do, I mean, you know, if I'm ordering a wedding gift through Bed Bath & Beyond, you can bet it's going from Melaleuca there, and I'll take the 8.5% back. We have InfoGuard, Home Security, and a Melaleuca Visa. So those are just, if you're a shopper, they're just perks. That's not, you know, we don't sell the store on that. It's on the health benefits, the wellness on a budget. But Melaleuca, with their 2.5 million happy shoppers, there's some other perks. And then the only thing I want to say about this part, nobody in Lake Charles knows about Melaleuca. We live in Baton Rouge. Everybody knows, not everybody, but you know. And so it's word of mouth only. You're not going to see us on a Super Bowl ad. You know, that's not the way. We want it to be one friend to another. People, you know, sharing with people that we're just always praying, who can we help? How can we help them with their health? And there's people everywhere that can benefit. So if you or anybody, if you think of somebody that would benefit, then we can help you to, show them, or you can refer them to Dr. Rivera. And that's the way that the word gets out about Melaleuca. Steve and I do this full time. I came for the cleaners, I was like, don't tell me about telling people about it. I don't have time for that. I've got 4 kids, 16 down to 11, and I don't want to hear about the supplements, please. And ended up loving it. Told my mom, got a little thank you check. Told a nurse across the street who's now become a naturopathic doctor. She's never, she still shops at Melaleuca. And then my husband came to me and he's like, this makes so much sense. We're spending less money. I don't have migraines. The pediatrician called you to set up an account. Like, hello, this is something that you could help people with, and it could help our family because, we were on that paycheck to paycheck. So it was a way for me to take my passion for helping other people. And now he's retired and we've helped a lot of other people refer their friends. You don't distribute anything. There's no inventory. It's basically just word, we help you to show the store. And that's it. Most people stay. It's actually a 90, I think closer to 96, 97% reorder rate. In that part, I'm not going to really get into that, but it's word of mouth only. Most people here don't know about it, and we do it full time. And we've helped, about 20 of our friends do this full time. My best friend was a physical therapist. My cousin, who's a yoga instructor, she could never do the certification was expensive, and she did Melaleuca, then she became certified, and now she does Melaleuca and teaches hot yoga. So I started yoga this week, huh?
What if somebody's interested on FaceTime?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you're interested, I'm not going to be able to watch this because seeing yourself on FaceTime or FaceTime. So if you're interested, do they have your number? You could either text Dr. Rivera,
a message on Facebook.
Okay, or message, or you can call Carol and I, and we'll connect. We're helping to spread the word here. My number is Susie Meyer, and on Facebook I'm Susie Clay Meyer, Maier, and my number is 225-335-0527. Is that okay that I gave my number? I didn't give my address.
I'll say something real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, I forgot. There's one more thing I want to say too.
Go for it.
These packs, I just want to say the packs are 70% off, and you can get them the first and second month. Because a lot of people want to get chemicals out of as much as possible, and I forgot about that. This is like $600 worth for $199. You never have to get a pack, but you can only get them the first or second month. So I don't want somebody upset with me that I didn't show that. So, okay, all right. I'm sorry.
All right, no,
Thank y'all.
No. So basically, we're pretty much done. But the reason I bring somebody up here, really, I definitely have to trust them. That's number one.
Right.
And this is what we're talking about. This is what we're all about. If you want to clean out that bucket of all those toxins since you were a kid, and you've never done that, this is a great opportunity. So for those that are here, go see Susie and Carol and her husband here. They got a bunch of products, and you can test them and things like that. Some goodies. You're probably hungry for lunch, but there. And so there's some goodies there.
If you're gluten-free, we'll tell you what's gluten-free. Yeah.
Yes. And then for those who are watching, you can message me on Facebook, Life by Zen Chiropractic. If you're a patient and you're watching right now, the next time you come into the office, you can tell one of my teams or me, hey, I want to meet Susie and Carol, and just let me know, and I'll have you connect with them. And so, but thank y'all so much for coming. Thank y'all for watching, and God bless y'all. If you're in Louisiana, be careful this weekend because of the ice and snow that's coming.